Welcome, everybody, to Dallas Personal Robotics Group Robot Builders Night Virtual for March 17th, 2026. Tonight, we will do our usual housekeeping and then go through our presenters. After that, we'll open the mic and see if you have any questions and if one of us can help you out. So, housekeeping. May competitions. We have coming up the Quick Trip, the Line Following Advanced, Barrel Racing, 6-Can, Foursquare, and Sumo. So if you guys are interested in any of those, there are competition rules on the Dallas Personal Robotics Group website, and you can get the full details there. As well, coming up Saturday, March 28th, at the Dallas Makerspace, we have the DPRG monthly meeting. I believe that's going ahead at the Makerspace. Am I correct, Mark? Yep. So, bring there. I believe it starts at 10 a.m. Central Time. And I believe they have lunch for a pizza lunch served. As well as if you show up unannounced, there is a doorbell, I believe, usually at the front door.
There is.
Ring it, somebody will come let you in. So, Mark, is there anything I missed for housekeeping?
I don't think so.
Okay. So first up, we have Doug.
Yeah. Give me a second, guys. Gotta get this camera going. Okay. All right. Last week we talked about the Dallas campus Eastfield line following parade on, I think it's the 11th of April. And we thought, well, hey, why don't we try to put something in it? So, Mark came over and visited me, and we discussed it. And during doing that, we calculated out what size wheels and what sort of RPM we needed to make their speed requirements and everything. And it turned out that my existing robot, the one that I ran last year, this one here, would meet all of the requirements by itself. But so for this, this is more of a, I think this is more of a show than it is it's a parade. It's not necessarily, the line, it'd probably be a simple line following and whatever. So anyway, so I decided, well, I'm going to go for what is it? Zambot? What do they clean the hockey ice up there with? Zamboni? Zamboni. Okay. So we're going with a little Zamboni here. If I can get this in there. Yeah. So here's a little Zamboni kit with a ultrasonic and a little hook on the back. You can see the hook. And the idea is, this is a Mark made this model. And so this is what I got. And Mark, I might need some help because I'm just trying to get him, I'm thinking, I might cut his legs off, you know what I mean? And put him here. And you can think that would probably put him right like that. And maybe drill a few holes in here instead of trying to use. Mark also made I don't know where I've got it, but here it is. He also made a little steering wheel, but I'm not sure, it'd have to be a half the steering wheel or something weird. I don't know. I haven't figured out exactly. I don't know exactly how he fits on this thing yet. So, but my thought is something like right here on the back, probably a little closer, and just kind of like driving, it around.
Resembling it.
First thing I did, this is there's a company in Australia that's making these versions of the SR, is it
Oh,
H?
four.
Yeah, the SR04. What is it? HCSR04. But these are really something else. They have 4 modes to communicate, supposedly. They have the normal, for lack of better words, I'll call it trigger weight thing. And then they have 3 other modes. One is I2C, one is serial, and the other one is one wire. So it turns out that if you look at the robot on my handmade thing, you can see there's 4 pins in the middle. They happen to be a serial port. I guess I didn't use the serial port, or I was going to use it with for teleop or something. So I brought it out. So if I can get this thing to work on serial, then that would be just cool. You know, I mean, it'd be minimal, no wiring changes, nothing. It would just work. Wouldn't that be nice? But I can't freaking get this thing to work in serial, and I can't figure out what I'm doing wrong. I mean, it essentially has 2 jumpers on it, and you're supposed to put one, you're supposed to short one jumper for serial, and it's supposed to just spit out at 960 bauds per second.
9600.
You know, a constant reading of your serial port. But, you know, so far all I've gotten it is to be dead. Now, I'm explored a few, you know, using my friend, you might know him, Chat. Anyway, he's told me that well, it could be I have bad wiring. I've wired it backwards. Well, since I'm doing this with a serial adapter, USB to serial adapter, wiring is minimal. So, you know, it's, you know, even flipping, the only thing you could do is have the TXTR wrong, and I flipped that, and that didn't make any difference. Now, but they did say that, you know, it's one of these ultrasonic sensors. As you all know, they're very pulsy. I mean, that's how they work. And so sometimes the bus line on them really sucks. So I tried to put a lab power supply on the 5 volts so that it wouldn't be dependent on whatever was on the adapter. That didn't work. I've tried multiple adapters because I thought, well, hey, you know, who knows, maybe it's bad. Then I, you know, finally went and got another one of these, and it gave me the same results. So now the chances of 2 of them in a row being bad suggests to me that I'm doing something wrong, and I haven't figured it out yet. So that's where I am right now, trying to figure out, you know, this should have been the simplest thing. This should have been to connect the 4 wires, and it worked, and it hasn't worked. So until I can figure out what I'm doing wrong, and you know,
have you tried scoping it?
huh?
Have you tried?
Not yet. Yeah, you're right, Dave. That would have been the next smart move to do. But, you know, I'm just so, you know, I was sitting here thinking, well, it's 4 wires. Hey, guys, you know, 4 wires. You should be able to do this. And so I haven't got to the scope yet.
Well, the other thing that I've experienced is when I think it's the software or who knows what, has always been a wire.
Yeah. Well, what I was thinking is these default into the pulse, you know, trigger pulse thing. That I'm wondering if it really needs to have its mode set. So I've been digging into some of their software to see if it maybe it's something simple like I have to have an initiation, command to send to it. But according to chat, just plug the 4 wires in and just watch it spin, man. So anyway, I don't know, guys. I think I'm getting old. It's just everything seems to not work. Anyway,
Doug.
so that's pretty much that. I'm hoping that I can rope Mark into doing some thought. We had some ideas about a float. That's why the cover has the hook, is because what I wanted to do is pull a little float. And I read the rules again, and my original thought was, well, what we would try to do is center between the front and back robot. But then if I can do this with just one sensor on the front, that's a lot simpler. And their rules are the back has to have a bumper, but it doesn't have to have a sensor. So the intent will be the program will not only follow the line, but it will also try to maintain a 4 or 6 inch distance from the lead robot. So if the lead robot disappears around the corner, this thing will speed up. But once or we could tell it to go the same for a certain amount of time to get it around the corner, and then let it reacquire. That's like 3rd tier problem. Where right now we're trying to figure out why the ultrasonic doesn't work. The other thing is because it's a line follower. And this is square. There's no, it just fits on there if I can get it on. This fits on, then come on, Doug. Oh, come on. Just did it. Yeah, there it is. It just fits on there. Well, if you looked carefully, you would see, if I put this guy back on. Oh, by the way, one thing chat really does good is if you're working with any Lego parts and you want a dimension, just ask chat and he'll give it to you to the 0.1 micron. It's really cool. So
the little Roby, does his arms or like his elbows or hands move?
Fixed. He's a fixed. I can't move him.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that if I can find a better way to put him on there, maybe I can get Mark to send me maybe a step file or something, or I can probably generate one. I had a real problem was when I first got this model, and this was Mark's fault. This is because I've seen it on other things. He included both parts in the model. Well, so it was originally like this, or like this.
Can't see it. It's below.
Hold it up.
It's like this. So the model, when you pulled it up, it was like this, 2 parts. And I couldn't figure out how to get rid of one part because there's only one mesh. It's not two. It's not like you have a mesh and a mesh. They're just a mesh. Well, it turns out that in the software, what is the name of it? Bamboo Labs, you can cut a plane. So when I put him on his back and this guy's up in the air, I could say, cut everything off that was above this point. And when I did that, then I could delete this. That set them into 2 meshes, and then I can delete one. So, So now I might be able, the thing that I haven't done yet is try to save this guy alone into an STL file. And if I can do that, the nice thing about that would be then I could probably convert it to a step file. But it'd be probably, if you got them, Mark, just send it to me. Because what I see, what would have been nice in hindsight is if the arms could have moved. They didn't even have to, you know what I mean?
You can break the arms off, thread them through, and then stick the steering wheel on a servo and have it random arcs or degrees. It looks like steering the whole thing.
So since this kind of reminded me of a Zimbazi or Zim, what are they? Zimbabwe, yeah. I
Barney.
thought, well, maybe we would go with Winter Olympics.
Yeah. I know, I got a great idea to float. So
Yeah, maybe have a servo spinning a dancer or something,
Yeah.
in a little ring or something with a sign that says DPRG celebrates the Olympics or something like that. So anyway, think about it, Mark. You're the artistic one. I mean,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, after I made that one, I thought about just having the body with like balls on the shoulder, and then just have like the sticks, and then we can just like glue the sticks where we want them on the model.
yeah. So
Or,
yeah,
you
I could do that.
fishing
Like I
line.
said,
Yeah.
I might if I can get it into a step file,
Yeah.
I can pull these off, and then I can do anything I want with them.
Yeah.
But the angles you chose originally were pretty good. I mean, you had it for a steering wheel, and that makes sense.
Yeah.
And you could argue, well, I'm going to have, since this is going to disappear into the robot somewhere, into the shell somewhere. I'm not going to have the whole robot on there. So
Right.
that's what bandsaws are for. So anyway, I did really like that Mark. I don't know if you. Come on.
There you go.
Yes.
Mark had the DPRG logo on the front and
Yeah.
the top. I still would like to, if I would have loved to put a Larson scanner in the head, but that's probably not an April 11th type task.
Yeah.
And because I did this without support, I couldn't do the antenna.
No.
The antenna wouldn't, just wouldn't. But that's a toothpick, So I mean, I can improvise that. So anyway, I'm going to be screwing around with that and trying to get the sensor. And like I said, this has got to go through one more, because if you look at it carefully, since the robot itself faces down, it doesn't run around like this. It runs like this. And so this needs to be angled so it looks forward as opposed to looking down.
Mhm.
Not that that's a big problem, but with ultrasonic has such a big cone. If it only gave us readings, say of 4 to 6 inches, or that was a maximum of 8 because it hit the ground, we could probably live with that. But another thing I can do is take this particular shelf and angle it down so that this is level with the surface, points straight forward. So this is going to probably go through at least one more. And
So is the frame a tail dragger? Or does it have a rear caster or something? Or?
no, the robot itself it's got.
Use a paper clip.
It's a paper clip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and it runs on that paper clip, and it works really well. It's got this little thing up here. You can see how it's tilted up. Yeah, so it can even go over a bump without too much issue. But when it's, this is the point of, this down here is the point of contact.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see I have shielding for all of the sensors. The sensors are actually, I don't know if you can, here you can see them. You can see them in those holes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the sensors are. So they're shielded very nicely. This one was one of my labor of loves. This is actually a 2 Pololu linear line following arrays that have been cut and epoxied together to make it give it additional length. Well, now you can buy them. Now you can buy them with, not only can you buy them longer, but you can buy them with higher resolution. but to be quite honest, once you get above 10, you don't really need any more for most tasks. Now, challenge, you might need more. We were looking at, but I'm thinking challenge probably would go because of Ron's simulation program and looking at all of the successful ones that live there. You're probably going to do it with a camera with multiple areas of interest, because you don't need a line. You need sensors and special places to catch special things. So anyway, that's a different thing. So anyway, that's where the Dallas College East thing is. It's still going, still in progress, still got enough time. So I think we're.
Doug, do you want me to make like a cowling to go around Roby to kind of like give him a little shell to sit in? Like have him sit inside and maybe have it like.
I'll send you the file, Mark, and you've got your Roby at least printed once, right?
Right.
You can. I'll send you that.
Okay.
Because I did think that, well, maybe now that I've got like it all boxing and squared, now would be the time where you like put the putty on it and make it round and have curves and flarings and all of that. You can do that, but that's artistically, that's I'm not the best person for that, and it's not. I do end up getting a little bit on the board side with that stuff.
I'll send you. Well, it's in a Blender file right now, but I'm sure I can export to a step or something close or on shape.
Usually they'll have a step file. That's usually the most common one. Anyway, I don't want to
tell that you showed there, Mark. Was that anything special with the printing, or was it like, did it require a ton of support, or
no? It's a little bit just in the center, just a little ring to do the center part. But the rest of it was just, it's gradual enough that it catches it. So
okay.
But it's nice and smooth inside. It's a good print. But I got to modify this anyway because I have an idea for Roborama that I'm going to work on, so I need to modify it, and we'll see how that goes. So that's my makeup shell. Cool. I'm excited. But I got an idea for the float bed. I'm working on it, and I'm not sure if it'll work or not. So I should be able to get it working by this weekend. If I can, then I'll show it on Tuesday.
Okay, that'd be cool.
Otherwise, I'll drop back to the original design plan.
Okay. Like I said, I'll jump you that file. If you print it, I printed it with support, but with the new tree structure supports that they have in Bamboo Labs, support just means you're using more material. That's all it means. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so easy to remove. It's incredible.
Yep. Cool.
So is there going to be a shameless plug, like a helium balloon with DPRG written on it or something?
Well, we were thinking of a 2 poles with a sweeping arch. I mean, that's where we are right now. And it would just say DPRG, or it could say whatever we wanted on it. So
lots of bells and whistles.
Yeah. You guys did see did I show the actual float video from last week?
Oh, yeah, I think you did.
Yeah.
Okay. So kind of little things swirling around and doing weird stuff, seesaws, things like that were what they had. Now, I don't want to necessarily copy what they did, but I'm just saying it is food for thought.
Yeah.
LED matrix, DPRG.
There you go.
Well, we all, if it doesn't have flashies, it's not good. So we definitely, I don't, on this one, I don't think I have any pins left to put flashies. So if I had put flashies on it, it would, the the robot's too compact for that.
Yeah.
But if there's nothing on the float, we're starting new. We can go nuts.
How about a rotating persistent LED display?
Well, that actually is not a bad idea.
As long as it's light enough.
There's a lot of those out on Instructable, so code for the project is not real hard.
Yeah, there's canned
and
options.
and there's lots of options. Yeah, and they are pretty impressive if you got one that's working right. I actually had something that I gave a kid where you squeezed it. You squeezed the handle and it had like a little, I guess it charged up a capacitor, you know, a little generator, linear generator when you squeeze the thing. And the thing would spin around, and it only had like six LEDs, but it still was pretty crazy. You know?
That's cute. Yeah.
Well, thanks, Doug. Next up, I don't know if he still has this question to ask, but it was Dave Ackley.
Yeah, I was just asking if anybody had any actual experience with laser diodes, using them for, you know, cutting or engraving or anything.
Not me.
Not diodes, no.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Okay, out of a single laser, God, what is that called? Not collinear. Coherent light comes out of the end of the laser. How do you get coherent light out of multiple sources? Don't know.
They've got magic that does that.
They do.
Basically,
What
it
did they
being
give
combined.
Yeah.
They basically just focus them all to the same point. So each one is independently mirrored, and they just focus them down.
Oh,
It's kind of like the Death Star, how all the beams come together and then one comes out. Yeah, got it.
That's why when Doug was saying that the 20 watt is kind of the sweet spot, it's because as you add more and more lasers, the spot size gets bigger and bigger because the accuracy of being able to focus them becomes trickier and trickier.
I thought how that worked was not lasers focusing into one point. Oh, I need better lighting. Oh well. What it is they line them all up, and you have prisms that shoot and redirect it, and they all redirect down the thing. You still have the same problem of lining them all up, but
right.
They got lasers that go this way, they got reflectors that go, and they all line them up as they go down straight. So they're combining the light as it goes through.
Yeah, they're basically focusing them all down the same central channel.
Yeah, and it's just done with 45-degree angle, mirrored on the thing, blasting through on it. And they all just combine up. And they all got the problem, right? A little bit of tolerance, and then you get what Mark was saying. They're just not going to, a little bit of tolerance here, it adds up to $1 billion every now and then. $1 billion here, $1 billion there, turn into money, whatever.
That's probably why they have a dozen 6-watters to get 60 watt altogether.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. I think it's cheating, but if you need 40 watts to cut through something, you can't afford a CO2 laser in here. And what I know about them is not all lasers laser the same things equally. Like if I wanted to cut clear acrylic with my diode laser, just not going to do it.
Right. You're right. SOL.
Yeah, it's not going to do it no matter how much power I have. Right. So.
Okay. Well, thank you.
At what point is the laser too powerful and it cuts through the table and then the floor?
That's Weird Science. That's the movie Weird Science. That's what that. No, most of the lasers that I've seen have a thin metal sheet as a base on top of it. So you got some waste board if you want. if you want to cut into, then they'll have a thin metal sheet, and there's no diode laser that I know is going to cut through that. All the other high end layers, they're in their own metal case, and cutting through metal is a really hard thing to do. Really, really hard thing to do. I mean, next time you're at the makerspace, go in and find the lasers and find one that isn't being used and take a peek down there. You'll see what they've got going on. And so they're hitting a metal base down there, and then you're not cutting through that metal. But I mean, you can cut through metal with a beam of light, but not with anything that we normally have access to. Thinking.
Yeah, it's just like a wafer thin, like honeycomb.
Yeah, they get the honeycomb. The honeycombs are up there so that when the laser goes through the material, you don't get splashback and it ruins the backside of your material.
Right.
But it goes all the way through and hits whatever's down there, and it messes. You get it, so you're off the board a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be out of focus by the time it hits the floor.
Yeah. Certainly. I want one of those high end lasers, but you guys looking at my garage right now, and you're only seeing a section of it, but it's all the same. It's just a mountain of junk. So some people call theirs Empire Dirt, and I'm the Sanford and Son of Tech or something. I think. Anyway.
I haven't heard that one before. Empire of Dirt.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to jump in on somebody and go over somebody.
No, you're talking lasers.
I'm over here lathing away, not being able to tap things straight. So that's another story. So I heard something I thought I could add. So I did. All right.
Next up, we have Mark.
You, Mark, or the Mark?
You, Mark. Mark R. Our illustrious president.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, as Tom brought up a couple weeks ago, we had that Hackaday Quadruped little robot, and I finally finished mine. Got it all wired up. So I got it in, hopefully, we'll see how it goes, in demo mode. One sec. Oops, wrong button. Let me see if I can switch cameras. Allow. Okay. I put a face on it so I could see which way is front. Oops. So that's the front. I also just now gave it some very high-end shoes made from hot glue. Because, on this table, it's just skating around doing nothing. Let me put that right in front of it there so we can get kind of a decent-ish image. All right, so Tom, I don't know if you're still here. So it comes with some software on the download that we have. So it has a built-in web server. So if you connect to the web server, it gives you this nice little control pad. So I don't know if you can see that very well. Probably not. But there's a bunch of pre-programmed moves and poses like rest, stand, wave, dance, swim, blah 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 blah. Oh, there you go. And move that back. So yeah, if we're gonna have it wave, just tap the wave button. Flipped over. Yeah, it's about to go. I'm gonna hold up the umbilical because that's also. There you go. Now it's waving. There is a bow.
Downward dog.
Yeah, right. Well, at the front, also at the top, also there's the. Oops, let me show you. It's hard to do it up at once. There's some arrows up top, and those are for actual movement. So you can just hold it down. Oh, it just. Where'd it go? Come back. It's a little confusing because the umbilical and the terrible shoes. But yeah, it's really that's apparently cute. Pose.
What is that pose supposed to be?
Cute. I need to just lay down on his belly and kick his little back legs around. There is a is it dead? That's dead. Let's see what else we got. Shrug. But anyway, yeah. So there's a lot of cool little commands, and obviously we can add our own if we need to, but that'll take a little bit of coding. But it's a really fun little project. I mean, Tom gave a good go over last week on all the ins and outs and gotchas, and there's plenty of those. But yeah, my next task is almost like Tom's, is like almost redesigning the roof to this thing and having a place to house my little slightly too large circuit board I made for it. But yeah, it's a fun little project. I haven't done any modifications to it myself yet. Just I've created the board, and then everything else is just as it comes. Would recommend. Yeah.
Mark, so did you do the UW front back designation? U for smile and W for, cheeks, butt cheeks,
Yes, Mark, that's very impressive. Thanks for showing it.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
Where did you find the app you're running on your smartphone?
It's on the software, Tom. When you download the software and you run it, it creates an access point. It creates a Wi-Fi access point called Sesame Controller Beta.
Right.
And you just connect to that, and then open a browser and go to the it's like 192.168.
Oh, you're just running a browser on your smartphone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's the part I was missing.
Yep.
Thank you.
It's just a web page, and then it just sends little post commands to the processor.
Oh yeah, that makes all kinds of sense.
Yeah.
So
I was
ESP32 base then, or something else?
Yeah, I think it's an S3.
Yeah, it's an S3.
Yeah.
The little faster version.
Yeah. It's.
I was just browsing through the Discord because I was looking for where the app was, because I was expecting to find a smart app. I see there are a lot of modifications to the body and to the firmware already on the Discord channel. Yeah, quite interesting.
I might check that out.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at any of that. I've only downloaded the base stuff and then worked with that. So
there's work on adding an IMU so that it can do some directional movements on its own.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I think so. And there's also been modifications to the body shape to accommodate several different battery designs and the wireless charger, which is a really good idea.
Nice. Yep.
What is the white stuff on the feet?
Charging mode.
What is the white stuff on the feet?
Oh, hot glue.
Okay.
I was like, hot glue in the feet.
Okay.
Other people have shown that mod as well, but they're a little more sophisticated. One guy had springs along with a little rubber pad.
Well, I might print some TPU shoes or something.
Yeah, that's what I was going to guess. A little TPU boot.
Yeah, it's a good project. It really is.
I had to work on taxes this week, so.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
Well, Mark, I gave you a gold star for that, since you did have it pretty much working like the app shows.
It's a working bot. Yeah, thank you.
Working bot. So congratulations.
App that's working. I don't have any other bots that are working right now. Cool.
Okay, and then that was the end of our presenters. I've got a couple things I can show. One came from, I forget where. I will show that. Share my screen. Share screen, make it easy. Share. So you guys can see this. It was on Hackster.io. I forget where the link came from. One of the guys sent it, I think. Sub $100 Tinker Nav with centimeter level GNSS RTK positioning in the palm of your hand. So it's a little tiny board using an external antenna with an ESP32C3 to supposedly do RTK positioning.
So does it take two, a base and a rover, or?
I didn't fully understand what was going on because they didn't talk about using 2 units.
Oh, God, what's the thing that Kareem uses?
They do mention a LoRa add-on board. So yeah, right there. The Tinker Send LoRa radio add-on is priced at $29. So I thought that was interesting. You know, may put RTK GPS into more people's hands. And I'll put the link.
Tinker Nav is what it's called.
Tinker Nav. Yeah, I'll put the link in there shortly to the chat.
Okay.
Next up, I had from Ed. Ed sent me a couple links, and I apologize. I don't think I can make it much bigger. But it's a robot. He says this could be a future robot competition.
Walks with wheels, huh?
Yeah, so I'm guessing that they break the motors on the wheels and use them as
probably.
Seems to do it pretty fluidly.
Yeah, it doesn't slip on the ice.
It's pretty good sized.
Yeah.
Wonder
So
what
my
it's
next question is, if you change the run or the rise of the steps, does it still work? I do like the snow, though. Makes me feel at home with the snowmageddon we had here on the weekend.
I was wondering if you had broken a snow shovel this weekend.
Oh, God, I'm on day 3 of shoveling. I'm still digging out.
You looked pretty close to the 1 meter of depth band I was watching on the Weather Network.
Oh, no, that was Sault Ste. Marie, back of my hometown. They had a meter of snow. So we had, I can't pin it down. I think it's about 16 inches. So the other one I had is, so the internet's last gate officially fell. And it's a picture of a robot video.
That's hilarious.
That's it. So we officially can no longer say that works.
I can't tell that's over-engineered or not, but maybe a little bit. But that's very cool.
Okay, and then another one he sent. Yeah, that was the 2 he sent, and then the one I found, and so that's all I had to share. I'll put the links in the chat for the RTK GPS. And does anyone else have something they would like to share or question for the group?
I guess we can just make a comment that we had a couple representatives from the club at the Comet Clash event this weekend. Mike was there, Mark was there, and Trish was there, and myself. So that was kind of interesting, seeing a robot combat event. That was my first time going to one.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah. A little bit of fire. Never hurt.
Oh, there was a fire.
Mm-hmm. They had they had a battery get punctured and start smoking.
I had to evacuate it very quickly. But yeah,
So
there
where
was
was that competition held?
a lot of body parts and things flying around inside the little arena. A lot of broken bots and tears. No tears. Everyone had a great time.
So where was that one held?
UT Dallas.
He does. Yeah, I think for a second. So yeah, Evan Richardson. So hopefully they'll have another one. I'm sure they will. But they ran it really well. It was very well organized.
Well, this was their second annual also.
Mm-hmm. Next year, Mark. We'll take a reprieve from the automated robots and make killer robots instead.
Yeah, we can make automated killer robots. They have categories for those. You're allowed to do autonomous ones.
Yeah.
I thought that that went against the 3 laws of robotics.
I mean, gray area. No.
They're just killing each other. They're not killing us. So.
Well, that's one of the 3 laws of robotics, I believe.
That you can't harm yourself. Yes.
You can't harm a human. You can't harm the robot, and I forget what the other one is. So, anyways, thanks,
I
Mark.
think the third one is something like you can't harm a human, you can't harm another robot, and the third one is like if by not harming yourself you cause harm to a human, you can't allow that either. Yeah, something along that.
Well, one of them was you have to obey a human, right?
I think so.
Yeah, bunch of roboticists, and we don't know the 3 laws of robotics.
You know, I think Daryl gave the 4th law.
If there was only this continuum of knowledge somewhere where we could type something in and it give us an answer, that would probably, answer this question pretty quickly, I'm guessing. I don't know.
Yeah, wait till they invent that.
Yeah, we need to get right on that.
There you go. I'll put it in chat.
Thanks, Mark. Well, thanks, Mark, for the update on the Comet Clash. It was good to see. I don't know if you happen to have any video or anything, if you could put them in Discord, or if it.
I don't have any. I know Mike took a couple pictures, didn't you, Mike?
Yeah, sort of.
There's some on their website. They have a link to the YouTube that they streamed on their website. I'll get a link.
Yeah, throw
Right.
it in Discord, and we can watch it if you're interested on Discord.
Yeah, it's fun. The streaming's all stuttery in places. Unfortunately, the one that caught fire kind of stuttered and it's not quite visible, but it's still fun. And the MCs for it were just so hilarious. It was great. They did a great job. Where's the video? Yeah, copy link.
Just for instance, the 3 laws are: a robot may not injure a human being, or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. Second law is a robot must obey orders given it by humans being, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. And the third law was robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law.
What is that you're showing, Mike? I can't make it out.
That's the bot that caught fire.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah. That's a great one.
Nice picture.
Yeah, it's not a smudge on the lens. It's just the smoke.
It's a lot of smoke. Yep.
Yeah.
How was the air exchange in the room, or did everybody have to breathe that?
Printed missile.
They got it out pretty quick, and it was a really big foyer that was lower end, so it dissipated pretty quick. But I think the kids that were MC, and they did make some cracks about getting cancer, inhaling it and stuff, and yeah, little smart asses they were, but they were fun. Yeah, I'll put the link for the website and the YouTube video there in the chat if anyone wants to watch it later. I didn't realize I was on the camera so much, but apparently I was.
Does anyone else have something to bring up?
I don't know if anybody else saw this. It's a basically a $96 3D printed missile that you can make. It actually has GPS. It has a camera in it.
Oh,
You can basically send it to a GPS coordinate if you want.
Yeah, shoulder mounted, right?
I don't know if this one was shoulder mounted. Yeah, I think it was. Kind of, yeah. Looks like the back part of it hangs over his shoulder.
yeah.
I have a little trouble believing it would do much of anything for $96.
Say that again.
I have a little trouble believing it would do much of anything for $96.
Yeah, he didn't talk about explosives. He actually made his own rockets, though.
Yeah.
God.
There's or rocket engines, so it would shoot up, but it's not like.
Well,
What's its range?
I don't think he counted the hours and the materials associated with the 3D printing. I think that it was all free. I think it was the electronics.
Oh, I don't think it takes that much filament. It looks like, like tube sections that fit together or snap together. So,
Single
yeah, I
use.
guess we include a 3D printer. Well, I guess you're amortizing the cost of each one over, whatever it takes to make them. So,
So I guess when it hits the target, it just explodes into a bunch of plastic pieces.
there you go.
Just fill it with like glitter.
Oh yeah, glitter bomb maybe. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Did the article come out of Ukraine?
No, it was just on. Had to wait an hour and a half for an appointment today, and Hacker News.
So I guess 3D printed guns are yesterday. Now we're into
missiles. Yeah.
Intercontinental ballistic missiles being 3D printed.
Yeah, I think it's pretty short
State
range.
will ban those first.
So last week I was saying that I'm trying to detect my cans with my LIDAR, and Ray said that he did it, but when I was thinking about it, I thought my LIDAR had more resolution, so I took the specs out of my S2 LIDAR, which is like 1/8 of a degree, and my C1 LIDAR has 1/2 a degree. So if a can is more than a meter away and it's just a few dots, and it doesn't really distinguish it from anything else.
Oh, but it distinguishes it from the walls behind it, right?
Well, I was trying to use it for something more open, like the barrel race, which is going to be surrounded by people and like ankles with just like cans. So, yeah. So it's like you got to keep it far away from anything to be detected. But then it's just like 2 dots. It's like, oh, what is that? Yeah. But I guess in the 6 can, you could probably say there's 1 dot. It must be the can. Yeah. So
I do have something else I could share actually.
So I think I'm gonna have to use my camera blob detection to approach the can and then switch over to my LIDAR to go around it because it can see on the sides and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, this is still going to work because, demo mode. Yeah, I had a class at the Makerspace this weekend that I taught. And we were making animatronic eyes. There's a guy out of England that's made these animatronic eye kits, and they're free. Just have to add 6 servos, and I added a Pico to this one just to make it work. But let me show you the eye. Yeah, so we did a class. We went up to Creative Arts, and we did some painting and resin work. So the eyes actually look like kind of eyes.
Yeah.
Completely bloodshot, because gotta make it look realistic, kind of. But the kit itself, and I'll find a link. It all snaps together. It all prints on one bed on a bamboo. I did the stainless. You don't get that. You have to model that myself. But it all snaps together. Aside from the screws that screw onto the servo horns. And then I found out by accident that it actually fits the photo board perfectly. You can just slide it in and it holds it in place, which is really useful. But yeah, let me see how well demo mode goes today. So the guy Will,
That's the one by Will Cogley, right?
Yeah. So Will has the code that he has for the Pico. It just basically animates the eyes, so they're like constantly going. You have to have any input; they're just like constantly moving and blinking. And it's over in Python, so I changed that. So when you double click now, it goes into manual mode, and then I can look up, down, left, right, or wherever. One click is a blink. And then if I hold it down for half a second or more, it goes into like a suspect mode, so you can like just stare at people.
So, should that be in Roby instead of the other one?
We could have like the face open and have like eyeball, have like an eyeball in there. But yeah, it's a fun little class. I made it for 3 people because it's a for you have been here. It's a small room and we have a round table, so 3 was the perfect number. But yeah, they all had a good time. All went away with working eyes. So
Nice.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. I need to do it again in a couple of weeks. I have 3 more kits that I can give to people and build. So yeah, fun little project.
So are the what would it be? The irises, are they glued in?
So yeah, so that I don't know if I have one that's, let me see if I got one that's actually like not painted. I don't think I do anymore because they've all been painted. And my actual kit is at home. No, I don't think I have one. So 3D printed domes, and then also you have the concave for the iris, and then an even smaller concave for the pupil. And we had a bunch of felt markers in Creative Arts, so we were just using whatever colors we wanted to color the iris, and then we did some black acrylic in the pupil, and then I have some UV resin, and just like literally 4 or 5 drops of UV resin just created a nice, perfect little dome, and then we cured it. And
Oh, wow.
yeah. Will also, I've not seen the model for it yet, but he also has an eyeball where the back of it will fit one of those small cameras that you can get for like the ESP32s. You've seen the little tiny square cameras. So you can actually put cameras in the back of the eyes, and he's had success with face tracking with the eyes. So it'll follow you and look at you. That's the next step. It was a fun project. Fun project.
So you can do the pictures where the eyes actually do follow you around the room, right?
Yeah, when the eyes have you. Just have it there. It's like.
So, Mark, is that a gold star again?
No, it's not really a robot. I mean, it's. No, I've really got one. No.
So when are you going to build the full face?
That's not the full head. That's
He has that up there now too.
Yeah, and like he has attachments. So like there's 3 holes right here, and actually the holes that I use for the stand, it all fits inside this enclosed head with jaw and everything, rotating neck. It's done a really, really good job, and he just gives it all away for free because that's just what he does.
Yeah.
He's a very good engineer. He uses Onshape. And if you join his Patreon, he gives you all the models as well. So I have all the models as well because why not? But let me see if I can get the link for you. There is also
His robotic hands are really nice too.
Yeah, those are cool. But maybe because of the makerspace and we have access to like mold making and silicone and whatnot, we're talking about doing the heart next. He has a actual life-size heart, and he has a silicone mold for it, so it looks like a heart when you're done, and it just beats like a normal heart. So cool. I think in the video he had like all like fake blood on it too, so it was like really gross, but it was very cool.
Hey, Mark, can you put a a YouTube link or something into the chat so that the AI summary will pick it up?
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now. I know it's there. It is. I was actually looking at that instead of the site. All right, there we go. Copy.
You've really started early for Halloween this year, haven't you?
Yep. There you go. willcogley.notion.site. And that has links to all of his videos as well. Yeah. It's got some good stuff. He has a little chest burster from Aliens. That was pretty fun.
What if you could show the heart with, a little arterial sclerosis and calcium?
Oh yeah, the opening shot of the heart is not the squeamish. If you don't like blood, don't look at the heart one. No. A lot of fun. Yeah, I put this up on display here in the animatronics room so people walking by will see it and hopefully start getting people realizing what we do in here. Aside from making skeletons, dance or sing.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah.
So has anyone else got something show and tell or questions?
Yeah, when I first job out of high school, I worked in an Albany Medical Center hospital in the OR, and they have like OR nurses that run a certain room, and the one that ran the cardiovascular room actually had a collection of human hearts in formaldehyde, and you could go in and she'd show you pretty much what the people died from. It was one was an enlarged heart because of valve deficiencies. Another was an attempt to replace a valve, and person didn't survive it.
It's like a library of ailments.
What's that?
A library of ailments.
I didn't understand what you said. What?
Like a library of ailments.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
But yeah, she used to run the basically the heart-lung machine. Back then it was pretty primitive. I think now they have these permeable membranes. Back then they just bubbled oxygen up through the blood, and it would pretty much, burst all the red blood corpuscles because of the exposure to the gas, and so they'd have to have like piles of bags of blood for blood transfusions because the blood would only last so long. So thank God for modern improvements. You might actually survive open heart surgery nowadays.
That's crazy. Yep.
Yeah.
That's probably done with robots now too.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Do we call it a night?
All right.
I think so. Cool.
All right.
Thanks.
Good night.
Everybody, have a good night. Stay safe.
Right. Yep. Thanks, everybody.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Good night.